Today's lesson is called We Flip for Flip-Flops. Hello, my name is Helen.
My name is Roger. Today we're talking about summer footwear that you wear to the beach. And they're called flip-flops, which is kind of appropriate because I guess they make that kind of sound as you're walking in them. Flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. Interesting, huh?
Yep, and flip-flops are really popular in the summer because they keep our feet cool and dry and uncovered, and they can be pretty comfortable to wear in the summer.
That's right. And I think they're also useful for riding your motorcycle in the rain because, you know, if you ride the motorcycle in the rain wearing regular shoes, well, they're probably going to get wet. So it's best just to remove your shoes and wear flip-flops until you get to your destination. Then you can just simply dry your feet off with a towel and put your socks and shoes back on. But we're talking mostly about sandals or flip-flops that are used at the beach or during the summer, but they are very casual and you don't want to wear them to your sister's wedding, for example. So let's get to it. Let's find out what flipping for flip-flops is all about. Let's listen to the first part of our lesson right now.
We flip for flip-flops. On a hot summer day, sandals are the shoe of choice. There are numerous styles to choose from, yet many people prefer one type over any other, the flip-flop, a flat-soled shoe with a thong between the toes and no heel strap.
大家好，第一部分我们看到单字 sandal， 这个字是名词，指凉鞋。例如 We took off our sandals and walked barefoot on the beach. 我们将凉鞋脱掉，赤脚走在海滩上。接着我们看到一个形容词 numerous， 指许多的、大量的，像是 The swampland is home to numerous species of birds, frogs, and insects. 这处沼泽地是许多鸟类、蛙类和昆虫的栖息地。又或者说Police received numerous noise complaints about the party. 警方收到相当多针对那场派对制造噪音的抱怨。再来，我们看到单字 sole， 这个字在课文中是名词，指鞋底或脚底。举例来说 The sole of the shoe was so worn down that there was actually a hole in it. 这个鞋子鞋底已经磨损到有一个洞了。另外，这个字还可以当作形容词，指唯一的、专用的。我们可以说 Tim is the sole owner of the company, so he gets to make all the decisions about it. Tim 是这间公司唯一的老板，所以他可以做所有的决定。接下来我们看到一个名词 strap， 指带子、皮带。例如 Jessie broke the strap of her purse while chasing after a stray cat. Jessie 在追一只流浪猫的时候弄断了她皮包的背带。另外，这个字除了当名词，还可以做动词用，有捆绑、扣住的意思。可以说 The farmer strapped the heavy bags onto the donkey's back. 农夫把沉重的袋子绑在驴子背上。
Okay, so the title of today's lesson is We Flip for Flip-Flops. And we have a pretty clever title here because we see the word flip twice. And in the first instance, to flip for something basically means to go crazy or to like something a lot. So when you flip for flip-flops, it basically means you really like flip-flops or you enjoy wearing them. They might be something that's very popular that a lot of people enjoy wearing.
Right. Usually flip means to turn a circle in the air, like you can do a flip into the swimming pool off of the diving board. But to flip for something means you're kind of like that. You're in midair turning around because you're crazy about something. Or you might actually flip your lid if you're really angry. That's like the lid of a teapot kind of coming off because the steam inside is really hot, just like the steam inside your head would be if you're really mad. So you might flip your lid. But here we're going crazy for flip-flops because they're so much fun, they're so convenient, and they're just so cute. So here on a hot summer day, sandals are the shoe of choice. Yes, indeed. If you're living a very casual lifestyle and you don't have to go to the office every day, yes, you might wear sandals because you don't want to get your socks dirty. If you're working around the house, sandals are convenient. And sandals are kind of similar to flip-flops, but we're going to tell you what the differences are between these two types of footwear in just a second.
Right. A sandal here is basically a light shoe that is partly open on top and does not cover your heel or toes. So sandals are usually worn in the summer because they keep your feet open so you don't have sweaty feet and you don't get all hot. So sandals are basically open shoes. Now, there are numerous styles to choose from, yet many people prefer one type over any other. The flip-flop. Here, numerous styles means that sandals come in many different styles. Numerous meaning many or existing in large numbers. For instance, I could say there are numerous reasons why I love to travel. Now, there are numerous styles of sandals, but one particular style of sandal is more popular than the others, and that is the flip-flop.
Right, of course, here in Taiwan, a popular choice of sandal would be those blue and white things that you see people wear quite commonly. That is a popular choice. That is a sandal of choice for people during the summer. I have a pair myself. But, of course, when we talk about sandals, there are lots of styles, numerous styles to pick from, to choose from. Yet many people prefer one type over any other. So here's the phrase to prefer one type over something else. That simply means you like the first thing better than the second one. And the thing that they prefer is the flip-flop, a flat-soled shoe with a thong between the toes and no heel strap. So I guess without the heel strap, it might fall off easily, so you got to be careful when you wear these. But this is a description of a flip-flop. It's flat-soled. So sole here refers to the bottom of the shoe, right?
Right. The sole is the bottom, the flat part of the shoe, or it's also the flat part of your foot. So you could say the soles of my feet, for instance, are sore because I've been walking all day. So sole is basically the flat part of the foot. Now, another part of the foot is the heel. The heel is the back part of your foot that's right below the ankle. So we have the sole and we have the heel. And sandals basically are different from other shoes because they don't have a heel strap. So your heel is open when you're wearing sandals. Nothing is covering your heel.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the first part of our lesson. Let's now continue talking about flip-flops in the next part.
No one knows exactly when flip-flops first came about. They can be spotted on the feet of people in ancient Egyptian murals dating from around 4000 BC, but they may be even older than that. Ancient pairs did not very closely resemble the flip-flops of today, however, as they were made from materials such as papyrus leaves, rawhide, and wood.
第二部分我们看到一个片语 come about 用来表示发生出现举例来说 The rise in food prices came about because of the damage caused by the typhoon 由于台风造成的损害出现了食物价格上涨的情况另外补充同义的片语 take place 指发生举行我们可以说 The car accident took place because of human error这场车祸因人为疏失而发生。接下来我们看到动词 resemble 指与点点点相像或类似，像是 While the two signatures do resemble each other, they're not the same. 那两个签名确实看起来很像，不过是不一样的。
So we've defined what a flip-flop is. It's basically a type of sandal that has no heel strap. And we also find out now that flip-flops actually have a very long and interesting history.
Indeed. So no one knows exactly when flip-flops first came about. So here, came about is the past tense of come about, which basically means started to exist, came into existence. It could also mean happen. So, for example, the government might assign a special commission to find out how this situation came about. How did this happen? How could so many people have been killed in that situation. The government needs to find out how that came about. So, yes, people are not really sure how they began to exist, who invented them, why people made them. We're not really sure.
Right, we're not sure how they first came into existence, who invented them, but we do know that they have a very long history because they can be spotted on the feet of people in ancient Egyptian murals dating from around 4000 BC. But they may be even older than that.
Right, so I guess they've been looking inside those pyramids and they saw some murals on the walls there and they had drawn pictures of these Egyptians wearing what looked like flip-flops. So I guess they've been around for at least thousands of years as they were depicted on ancient Egyptian murals. A mural, of course, is a painting done on a wall, okay? But they may be even older than that. Yes, they probably existed in China as well. Ancient pairs did not very closely resemble the flip-flops of today, however, as they were made from materials such as papyrus leaves, rawhide, and wood. So, okay, did those ancient flip-flops look like the flip-flops of today? Well, not really. They did not very closely resemble the flip-flops of today. So here we've got the word resemble. That just means to look like something.
Right. To resemble means to be similar to someone or something, especially in appearance. So I could say something like, I resemble my father more than I resemble my mother. I look more like my father. Now, in this case, the writer is saying that ancient flip-flops, the types that were worn in ancient Egypt, didn't really resemble the ones that we know now, modern flip-flops, because first of all, they weren't made with rubber. They were made with leaves, with cattle skin, and wood. So I can't imagine they're being really comfortable.
Right, but I guess they had to make do with what they had. Plastic and rubber manufacturing techniques would not come around for thousands of years, so they had to make do with materials like papyrus leaves, which I think is a plant they use for printing words on. They wrote words on papyrus leaves, and I guess they could also make flip-flops out of papyrus leaves. Rawhide, of course, as you said, Helen, refers to the skin of an animal. It could be a pig, a cow, a sheep, whatever. And, of course, wood. Wood could be used in those days to make flip-flops. They only slightly resembled the flip-flops of today, but they still wore them nevertheless. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson. Let's now listen to the third and final part.
The flip-flop as we know it came into being after World War II. American soldiers returning from Japan brought zori home with them, and people went crazy for the simple shoes. Companies began producing them with rubber in a rainbow of colors, calling them flip-flops after the sound they make as the wearer walks. By the 1960s, you could find them on feet everywhere. Though modern flip-flops began as informal footwear, these days they can be worn for almost any occasion. You are just as likely to spot them on the red carpet as at the beach.
最后第三部分，我们看到片语 come into being， 用来代表开始存在、形成、出现。此片语的组词需要为事物。例如 The company came into being after the businessman discovered a need。 这家公司是在这名商人发现有市场需求后成立。另外，补充一个片语 come into play， 可以表示有作用、有关系，常用来指某事物有重要性，对于做决定或判断时有其作用或影响力。我们可以说 All of the soldiers' training came into play when the war started。 当战争开打，士兵接受的所有训练都派上了用场。
Okay, so let's continue with our look at the history of flip-flops. We found out that no one really knows exactly when they were invented, but that they probably already existed during ancient Egyptian times. But what about modern flip-flops? When did those come about? When were those created in the 20th century? Well, in the first sentence we have, the flip-flop as we know it came into being after World War II. Come into being here, of course, means to exist, to have been developed. And we find out that flip-flops actually came out of World War II. How is that? Well, American soldiers returning from Japan brought zori home with them. And people went crazy for the simple shoes. Now, what are zori?
Zori, okay, I believe that's Japanese for 草履, I think 草履. That's the Chinese term as well. Special kinds of shoes in Japan that are made from straw and other materials. So, of course, after World War II ended, the American soldiers occupied Japan for many years. They still have bases there now. But the soldiers there, you know, they left the army base and walked around and mingled with the Japanese people. And they thought, hey, those are pretty cool sandals you're wearing. They look pretty comfortable. They look pretty convenient. Where can I buy some? So they bought some and they brought them back to America. People there saw them and thought, wow, those are so cool. And some company in Japan made a fortune exporting those sandals to Western countries. So yes, those soldiers brought them home from Japan and people went nuts for them. They went crazy. They went bonkers for those simple shoes. Companies began producing them with rubber in a rainbow of colors, calling them flip-flops after the sound they make as the wearer walks. So I guess originally they were made from straw or something like that. And later, of course, they thought, well, straw kind of, breaks apart. It's kind of weak. Let's use rubber instead.
Right. Originally, straw shoes, straw sandals, or zori as they are called, were probably pretty environmentally friendly because you use these materials, you use straw, and then the straw breaks down after you've worn the shoes for a while. But in America, they probably didn't like the idea that these shoes broke down so easily, and they wanted to look for make something that's a little bit more durable that you can wear for a long time. So somebody came up with the idea of making flip-flops with rubber.
Yep, and I think the original zori were probably just one or two colors. So they thought if we use rubber, we can put different dyes in that rubber and we can have a rainbow of colors. We can have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, any other color you can think of. And of course, because when people started wearing them, they started making that tick-tock, tick-tock, tick, that kind of sound. And so they call them flip-flops. Flip-flop, flip-flop. That's kind of what they sound like when people are walking in them.
Right. It's a very attractive sound. When you hear that sound, you know somebody who is approaching you is wearing flip-flops. Now, this was a great idea in the beginning, right after World War II. The problem is flip-flops became so popular, that is the kind that's made with rubber, that by the 1960s, you could find them on feet everywhere. Though modern flip-flops began as informal footwear, these days they can be worn for almost any occasion.
Right, so yes, indeed, when I was a kid, I do remember my mother wearing them in the summer, and when she walked, she had that characteristic sound. So, of course, they were quite popular back then. But they began as informal footwear, which means you can wear them around the house or something or at the beach, not at formal occasions. But it says these days they can be worn for almost any occasion. Occasion is just kind of a certain time or situation, like, say, for example, graduation ceremony or something. That will be a special occasion.
Right. A graduation is certainly a special occasion. And for certain occasions, special occasions like that, you can often have a party. For instance, a wedding is also a special occasion that you might have a party for. So it's basically a special time or an important event.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure if you can wear flip-flops at a wedding or something like that, but I guess maybe in some places you can. Maybe in tropical countries it's acceptable. And here we finish off our lesson for today by saying you are just as likely to spot them on the red carpet as at the beach. So, yes, maybe some models wear these at fashion shows or something. Who knows? Maybe flip-flops nowadays are a high fashion item, and some pairs of flip-flops might be for prices in millions of dollars. Who knows?
That's right. We do see a lot of flip-flops that are designer flip-flops these days, and though they may not cost millions, but they do cost a lot of money, almost as much money as a normal pair of shoes that might be made of leather or something like that. So flip-flops do come in different styles. You can wear them on the beach, and you can also find them for more formal occasions.
Yeah, I think the material might be important there. Of course, if you wear flip-flops at a wedding, it might be acceptable if they're made from wood or something or some special kind of cloth, but not the ones that you would wear at the beach made out of rubber. That would probably be inappropriate. Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation for today. Let's now listen to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。夏天有不少人喜欢穿凉鞋或者是拖鞋，有很多款式可以选。那课文第一部分的第二句提到 Yet many people prefer one type over any other, the flip-flop. 但许多人更喜欢这一种，那就是夹脚拖。句子里面用到 prefer A over B的用法，那我们就来学习动词 prefer 的用法。 prefer 它表示更喜欢或者是偏好， prefer 的后面可以接不定词或是接名词或动名词，例如 Their son preferred to stay home and watch TV. 他们的儿子宁愿待在家看电视。那这边是用 prefer to 加原形动词的用法。当我们在比较两者的偏好的时候，我们会用 prefer A to B 或者是 prefer A over B 来表达宁可要 A 而不要 B， 比较喜欢 A 胜过 B。 好，其中的 A 和 B 我们要用名词或者是动名词来表达哦。例如 He prefers watching TV to going shopping. 他喜欢看电视胜过逛街。那这边是用 prefer 动名词 to 动名词的用法。好，读到课文第二部分的最后一句，他说古代的鞋款跟现代的夹脚拖看起来不太像。他就说They were made from materials such as papyrus leaves, rawhide, and wood. 因为它们是用纸莎草叶、生牛皮和木头等等材料所制成的。好，句子里面的 papyrus 就是纸莎草，那么 hide 当名词可以指兽皮， rawhide 就是指说没有经过加工处理的兽皮、生牛皮。好，这边我们来学习表达由什么什么制成的几种表达方式。第一种是用 be made of， 它是用来说明构成的材质、原料。你从成品的外观看得出它的制作原料，就像我们一看到石桌、石椅，你就知道它是石头做的嘛。例如 The coffee table is made of wood，这张咖啡桌是由木制成的，是木头做成的。好，第二个方式是用 be made from 来表达说明产品的来源。你从成品外观看不出原料，就像我们在米酒里面看不到米，或者是说呢，这个产品从它的制作原料到成品，它的本质已经改变了。举例来说 The cheese is made from goat's milk，这种 cheese 是由山羊奶制成的。好，那第三种表达方式是 be made with， 这是用来说明所含的原料成分，可是并没有去强调它的制作过程。像是 The bread is made with whole wheat flour， 这种面包啊，它是由全麦面粉制成的。好，最后我们要介绍的是用 such as 来举例说明的用法。Such as 就是说例如怎么样怎么样，它是用来列举同类人事物当中的一个或是几个例子。第一种用法是在名词后面接 such as A, B, C 之类的，看你要举几个。例如 She has many hobbies such as reading, gardening, and painting. 她有很多嗜好，例如阅读啊、园艺、绘画等等。好，那么第二种用法，我们可以用 such 名词 as 什么什么来表达像什么什么之类的人事物。例如 Such violent movies as these are not suitable for children. 像这类的暴力电影不适合给小朋友看。那我们就是用 such violent movies as these 来表达像这类的暴力电影。 好，以上是今天的重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Sandal. Jenny packed a pair of sandals and a pair of athletic shoes to take on her trip. Numerous. Of the numerous photographs entered into the contest, only 5 will win prizes. Sole. Carlos took his leather shoes to a repair shop to have the soles replaced. Heel.
My new shoes rubbed my heels, so I took them off and walked barefoot.
Strap. While Clarissa was walking home, a strap on one of her sandals broke. Resemble. All of the houses in this neighborhood closely resemble each other. Occasion. According to the invitation, the event is a formal occasion.
Well, that brings us to the end of another edition of our program, and please make sure you join us again next time. From all of us here, I am Roger.
I'm Helen.
See you next time.